All right, that is pretty cool. Okay, so if you're asking what am I doing now, I'm going to show you that I am, posting the video for my stuff. I've done it yesterday and today because yesterday I've done it, but I'm too lazy, to post it. So I'm going to keep it for today. And then so now I am posting, the video, and after I post it, I'm going to go to another tab to open the Google Meet and then turn on the caption for me to check my pronunciation skill. All right, that is pretty cool in a in a big way. So now I'm gonna go to Google Meet, go to the mail, this one, turn off, delete it. Oh, new comparison essay elements. Actually, I didn't check Google Classroom for a long time. It's really good. Then I also go to here, go to the presentation, and for this Google Meet, just name meeting, start instant meeting, and okay, here, of course the camera is fair because I opened the, I don't know how to say that, but that's okay. Turn on caption. Okay, I'm pretty good with that for now. And because of the advices that I've received, a few days ago, actually yesterday, that I should slow my speed down and speak louder. So I have to do like what he said because he gives me an advice for me to improve my speaking skill. So I can use advice, so I can use those advices, look back to myself if there are any mistakes that I'm having, and then I'm gonna fix it and improve it to be the better version of myself. All right, that is pretty good. That now I'm gonna go straight to the presentation. It is a very good presentation. It is a very good presentation, isn't it? Okay, let's start it. Wait a sec, disconnect. Shit. Alright, that's good. Alright. Please, work, please. You just look for it, bro. Just working. Oh my god. What is happening, bro? I'm gonna use the original way, which is this one. No, do this one. Okay, so uh, so now I'm gonna show you guys about the Bolshevik Revolution, which is the main topic of my presentation today. I think I should make it bigger. Yeah, okay. So what is the Bolshevik Revolution? The Russian Revolution of 1917 was one of the most explosive political... Wait a sec. I have some problem with it. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so the Russian Revolution of 1917 was one of the most explosive political events of the 20th century. The violent revolution marked the end of the Romanov dynasty and centuries of Russian imperial rule. During the Russian Revolution, the Bolsheviks, led by leftist revolutionary Vladimir Lenin, seized power and restored the tradition of Tsarist rule. Vladimir Lenin, also called Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, he was born on April 22, 1870 in Simbirsk, Russia, and died on January 21, 1924. In Gorky, he was the founder of a Russian Communist Party Bolsheviks, inspired and leader of the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, and the architect, builder, and first head of the Soviet state till 1924. He was the founder of the organization known as Comintern, Communist International, and the posthumous source of Leninism. The doctrine codified that and controlled with Karl Marx works by Lenin's successors from Marxism-Leninism, which became a communist worldview. Joseph Stalin, real name Georgian Joseph Zhugarsky, was born on December 18, 1878 in Gori, Georgia, Russian Empire, and died in March 5, 1953 in Moscow, Russia, USSR. He was the Secretary General of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union from 1922 to 1953 and Premier of the Soviet State from 1941 to 1953. He dictatorially ruled the Soviet Union for a quarter of a century and transformed it into a major world power. Leon Trotsky, Lev Davidovich Prostin, better known as Leon Trotsky, was born November 7, 1879 and died in August 21, 1940. Leon Trotsky was a Russian revolutionary political theorist and politician. Ideologically a communist, he developed a variant of Marxism known as Trotskyism. Trotsky joined the Bolshevik Party a few weeks before the October Revolution and became one of the leaders of the party. Once in government, Trotsky initially held the post of Commissioner for Foreign Affairs and was involved in the Brest-Litovsk negotiations with Germany as Russia pulled out of World War I. Trotsky was more prominent from March 1918 to January 1925 as the leader of a Red Army in the post of Commissioner for Military and Naval Affairs. Trotsky was a vital leading figure in yeah. Trotsky was a vital leading figure in the Red victory of the Russian Civil War. He was one of the 7 members of the first Politburo. Oh yeah. After the rise of Joseph Stalin, Trotsky was removed from his positions and eventually expelled from the Soviet Union in February 1929. He spent the rest of his life in exile and was assassinated in Mexico City by a Soviet NKVD agent. The Kaliningrad tragedy on May 30, 1996, a tragedy in Moscow occurs during festivities following Nicholas II coronation as crowds worried that the supplies of free souvenirs would run out, rushed to the stores to get them. This resulted in the deaths of over 1,300 people. 1905 Revolution and Bloody Sunday. On January 22, 1905, known as Bloody Sunday, troops and police opened fire on a peaceful demonstration outside the Winter Palace and elsewhere in St. Petersburg, killing and injuring around 1,000 people. The liberal Brest lands Nicholas II. On October 30, 1905, Tsar Nicholas II issues the October Manifesto promising civil liberties such as freedom of speech and an elected parliament. As a result, restrictions are implemented on the absolute power of a Russian monarch. and a de facto constitution, the fundamental laws of 1906, is issued. February Revolution. I'm gonna make it in here, right? Should I? Let's do it. Okay. Get back to work. February Revolution, a series of public protests beginning in Petrograd, which lasted for 8 days and eventually resulted in abolition of the monarchy in Russia. The total number of killed and injured in clashes with the police and government troops in Petrograd is estimated around 1,000 people. March 8, 1917, on International Women's Day, demonstrators and striking workers, many of whom are women, took to the streets to battle food shortages and the war. 2 days later, the strikes spread across Petrograd. On March 15, 1917, the Tsar Nicholas II abdicated and removed his son from the succession. The following day, Nicholas' brother Mikhail, announced his refusal to accept the throne. A provisional government is formed to replace the Tsarist government, with Prince Lvov becoming the leader. On July 1st, 1917, Russian Minister of War Alexander Kerensky launches an offensive against Austria and Hungary forces in Galicia. Although the Russian effort is initially successful, the soldiers soon refuse to leave the trenches and fight due to low morale caused by the revolution. Soldiers' committees debate orders and encourage soldiers to disobey officers. Many soldiers return home to take part in redistribution of land. The offensive collapsed 4 days later, and Russian troops must respond to the Austrians and Germans' counter-offensive. On July 16 to 20, the July days, a series of spontaneous armed anti-government demonstrations of industrial workers and soldiers begin in Petrograd. Lvov resigns as a leader of the provisional government, with Alexander Kerensky taking over and crushing the demonstrations. In the same month, the death penalty is reintroduced, and women are granted the right to vote and hold office. Kerensky issues the arrest of Lenin, who goes into hiding. The printing office of the Bolshevik newspaper Pravda, the headquarters of the Bolshevik Central Committee, are raided, with many Bolshevik leaders arrested. The apparent uprising results in Soviet losing the control over the provisional government, signifying the end of the dual power situation. It is seen by many as the point of no return for the peaceful development of the revolution. The Kornilov Affair. On September 9, 1917, a failed coup by General Kornilov, commander of Russian army, takes place when he orders troops towards Petrograd to counter the threat of the Bolsheviks. Prime Minister Kerensky presents Kornilov's actions as an attempted right-wing coup. While the affair is short-lived, it secures power of the Bolsheviks among Petrograd working classes, workers and soldiers, and crushes the credibility of coalition provisional government between socialists and liberals due to the chaos. Constitutional Democrats, and even Kerensky himself being implicated in the affair. October Revolution and the Brest-Litovsk Treaty. The Bolsheviks seized control of Petrograd on November 7, 1917. The Bolsheviks take control of the Winter Palace, the last remaining holdout of the provisional government, on November 8, 1917. The decrees on land proclaiming abolition of private property and the redistribution of land amongst the peasantry, and peace, proposing an immediate withdrawal of Russia from the First World War, are issued by the new Bolshevik government. Subsequent workers' decrees outline measures for an 8-hour working day, minimum wage, and the running of factories. The death penalty is abolished once again on November 8, 1917. On March 3, 1918, Russia ends its participation in the First World War. Basic process thus loses one-third of all empire's population, one-third of its growing network, half its industry, two-quarters of its food of its supplies of iron ore, 9 to 10 of its coal resources, and much of its food supplies. It is really, really bad for my pronunciation. Okay, so this is my multimedia piece about the Russian Revolution. Okay, so it's a pretty. So this is my multimedia piece. So this is my multimedia piece. Okay, so this is my multimedia piece about the Russian Revolution, and you know why it's so this one, because I'm uploading 3 or maybe 2 or 3 videos on my YouTube channel. So it's gonna be a really hard and really difficult for my computer to control those actions. So it must be some some troubles in this situation. I think so. I think so. Okay, so after I saw them the video, so the multimedia piece, um, which is the multimedia piece. So I'm gonna go to the end slide, which is the citation of the presentation. It shows because it showed me like where do I get those informations from. Like I cannot do this by my work just by myself. I have to find it because I am the people, the student who is doing the presentation. So I have to get those information online. So when I get those online, so I have to add the credits of the author of the page for for the reader, for the other people to know that okay, so this information is in this website, this information is in this book, for for them. Like you cannot do all of those data by yourself. You imagine you have you have to make a lot of researches, like yeah, researches, and figure out which is the best information to put in your presentation. Okay, so now I'm done with the online presentation, and next I'm gonna move to the offline presentation, which is about the okay, I can say that this one. Um, oh, this is the program paper for my computer science class. That's really good stuff to learn. Okay, actually, it is this one. This is I've already told you guys a lot in those videos. Okay, so this is the paper, the presentation paper, which is about the climate change in grade 10 in the religion class. So now let's start it. God created for us. Oh, wait a sec. Let me drink some water. God created for us a beautiful place to live. However, by the time the beautiful place was destroyed by our actions, Albert Einstein said that look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. Our planet is in trouble. Pretty much everywhere you look today, you will hear or see something reminding you that our planet's health is failing. If our planet was a person, it would be about time to buy the burial plot and write out the last will and testament. As everyone knows, we throw 1 million tons of garbage a day. However, just 32% of them were recycled or reused. Furthermore, millions of forest areas are cut down for building factories or residential area, and because of human activities such as burning fossil fuels, oil, gas, coal, and other emissions. Those factors have extensive impact to the atmosphere and lead to global warming and pollution. Global warming will probably have influences not only on animals, plants, but also on humans in the future if we continue to destroy. Firstly, the effect on wildlife that is caused by global warming is habitat disruption. Habitat disruptions are often due to changes in temperature and water availability. This affects the native vegetation and the animals that feed on it. Also, wildlife's life cycles are shifted because of the greenhouse effect. To illustrate, many birds have altered the timing of long-haul migratory and reproductive routines to better sign up with the warming climate. Next, global warming will probably have effects on the growth of plants. However, declining plant growth would destroy forests um, and dramatically change the habitats that are necessary for many species to survive. And if conditions get bad enough, forests could produce carbon instead of removing it from the atmosphere, exacerbating the root cause of climate change. Finally, greenhouse effect alters the quality and quantity of the water. Drinking water, irrigation, power plants are affected by erratic rainfall and increased evaporation. The rise of the rain leads to flooding more often, and human daily life will be influenced a lot. In addition, more and more diseases will appear and human health will be decreased. Also, the population has a big effect on destroying our health. For instance, thousands of Cameroon children under 5 years old contract diarrhea and cholera, two waterborne diseases that are leading cause of death because of the water pollution. Additionally, crops, young trees, and fodder plants are killed by the air pollution. Also, 4,000 people were killed in London in 1952 because of the pollution, and this is one of the terrible events in England. Faced with the concern what the Canadian government, and in particular and also in general, doing to cope with this problem. The Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, announced that there will be a federal system in place in Ontario, New Brunswick, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan in 2019. Households will receive a climate action incentive which will give most families more than they pay under the new system. Funds will also be given to the provinces, cities, schools, hospitals, businesses, and indigenous communities to, for example, help them become more energy efficient and reduce emissions, helping Canadians save even more money and improve our local economies. Also, Canadian governments are investing in Canadian companies that are on the forefront of clean technologies and are working with provinces, territories, and municipalities to provide Canadians with more clean energy options. In addition to Canada, a number of other countries have invested heavily in renewable energy, including Chile, Netherlands, Ireland, and many European countries that have made significant progress in reducing their emissions. Specifically, the population of Netherlands is about 17 million. However, they manufacture 23 million bicycles to combat global warming and pollution. Bicycle. Oh yeah. However, they manufacture 23 million bicycles to combat global warming and pollution. Chile became the first South American country to enact a total ban on the commercial use of plastic bags. In Ireland, the sales of cars using fossil fuels is to be banned by 2030. Each government of each country is putting an abundance of effort in these problems. So what can we, the average citizen, do to add the environment? Firstly, we can use energy wisely Maybe you don't know. Canada is the top per capita energy consumer in the world. I have some. Alright. Should I? Okay, so put it over here. Good. That's good. That's pretty good. Awesome. Smaller. Yeah. Okay, so next. Maybe you don't know Canada is the top per capita energy consumer in the world by becoming more energy efficient. You don't not only pollute land but save money too. And second one is green your commute. Oh, what a sec. Is that what you are talking about? That is one. You commute. Where is it? You can do that by taking public transit, ride a bike, or advocate for bike lanes in your community, etc. Third, you can focus on life, simple pleasures, spending time in nature, being with loved ones, making a difference to others, provides more purpose, belonging, and happiness than buying and consuming. Sharing, making, fixing, upcycling, repurposing, and composting are all good places to start. And you know what? There are lots of groups in Canada, such as Greenpeace, Living Ocean Society, David Suzuki Foundation, Green Party of Canada, and lots more exist in Canada, which is trying exist exist in Canada, which is trying to save life in particular and Earth in general. They propagate and mobilize people with short slogans like caring for Earth is not a hippie thing, it is a survival thing. Our environment is life, pollution is death. Okay, so I'm done with this work. I'm done with the online presentation, I'm done with the offline presentation, and I have, about 2.5 minutes for my stuff. Like I'm gonna speak freely. Like what should I'm gonna talk about about my work at school, about my studies, about there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, but I just have around 2 minutes, so um I'm gonna stop that. Just talk random without any thinking, without just talk randomly without thinking. Okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna have computer science for in the morning tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna go there and then just sit there and then do all the work without playing games. That is really good stuff. And that is really good. But I usually did it. Yeah, I always did it in the class. Just go there, do homework, go home. Yeah, just go there, do homework, and then go home without ever playing games. Also, I did, but just for double check, go to my YouTube channel and you know watch a video at school. That's a really stupid thing that I've ever done. Like use my account to use the another account to watch that video to have more views and like so like the video to have more like to get it more popular with the with the audience with the exchange viewers. Okay, so I think that is mostly that I'm done for today. So I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna put this. I'm also gonna put those in a binder, which is pretty much a good thing. And then be ready. Go to sleep. Be ready for tomorrow because I have. Oh my God. You know what I have to do, start the poem, but I don't know what it was about, like, set it to 20 to 25 lines, I'm not sure about that, at least pages, 20 to 25 lines, but I'm not sure what should I writing about, like, I think that if you want to have some emotional things, you want to write about the drama poem. That's good. Maybe I'm gonna write a drama poem for the assignment. Alright, so it is 30 minutes now, and I'm gonna turn off this. I wanna end my video, and because I have to go to sleep. You know what? You know that, right? Alright, it is pretty okay for my video, for those in my video. Okay, so I can go here, so I can go here, and I can delete all of them, delete it, then mostly done perfectly. Okay, so now bye guys, and hope you have a good day. I think so, or a good night, because I have to sleep. I have to wake up early in the morning to prepare some stuff and do some stuff before I go to school. Okay, bye. Leave call. Turn off the OBS Studio.